I've watched guys make their first $10,000 in roofing, celebrate like they finally made it, and then quietly stress about rent 2 months later. Same money, same time frame, same disappearing act. And what most of them don't realize is that first check teaches them how they'll handle every check after that. And the worst part, it wasn't because they didn't work hard, it's because nobody ever taught them what the first check is actually supposed to do. That first big commission check hits your account and something shifts. You've been grinding, door after door, pitch after pitch, and suddenly that number on your phone doesn't feel real. It's the first time money came fast, first time you could breathe, first time it felt like the future just opened up. And that feeling, it's totally earned. Soak it in. But here's what nobody tells you. That moment quietly sets the tone for your entire financial life, and most reps walk right past it without even realizing it. What's up, Roof Money Pros? Mike here with Roof Money Pro, and my mission is to help roofing professionals like you maximize your careers and build wealth. This channel exists for one specific person, the rep who's closing deals, stacking commissions, running hard, and still looking at his bank account at the end of every year wondering where the hell it all went. I've watched this happen at every income level in roofing, from brand new reps to guys clearing $300,000 a year. If that's you, hit that subscribe button right now. This is built for you. Here's what you're going to learn in this video. Why your first $10,000 matters more than any big check you'll write later. The exact order to save, eliminate debt, and start investing. A simple allocation you can use right now. The mistakes most reps make, and the one that makes grown men cry in April. Stick around for that one. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you the one allocation mistake that keeps roofing reps stuck at the same financial level for years, no matter how much money they make. Let's get into it. Here's something most people don't say out loud. Your first $10,000 isn't about money, it's about identity. Are you becoming a high income spender or a high income builder? That question gets answered in the next 30 days, whether you know it or not. One of those guys has options, the other just has income. Early money is emotional. When it hits fast, spending habits get locked in fast. Confidence, which is a great thing in this business, can tip over into overconfidence. And the biggest danger is this: whatever habits you form now, you'll repeat at bigger and bigger scales. Make bad decisions with 10 grand and you'll make the same bad decisions with 100 grand. The number just gets bigger. The hole just gets deeper. Here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Learning to live off a little, even when you have the capacity to make a lot, is one of the most powerful financial skills you can build in this business. Because the rep who can manage money at $10,000 a month, he doesn't panic at $5,000 months. He doesn't blow $30,000 months. Structure beats income every single time. And there's one mistake almost nobody talks about when it comes to that first check. And I'll get to it near the end of the video. It's costing reps thousands and they don't even see it coming. The very first move when that commission clears, do nothing. Don't touch it for 48 to 72 hours. That pause is not weakness. That pause is the move. It creates space between excitement and strategy. And that space is exactly where smart financial decisions get made. Look, you don't need the dopamine hit of spending. You need the discipline of control. Because the guy who can delay gratification for 72 hours after a big check, he's dangerous in this business. He's the one who still has money in February when everyone else is scraping by. Now here's the real challenge going forward. Maintaining a sustainable lifestyle even when you're capable of earning far more. That tension never goes away. You'll make $8,000 one month and $30,000 the next. The reps who win long-term are the ones who don't let the high months rewrite their lifestyle every single time. So when the money hits, pause. You're not killing the celebration. You're making sure the celebration doesn't kill your momentum. This is the section where things get real. And if you're not a 1099 rep yet, you might be at some point, and this still applies. Commission income always feels bigger than it actually is. When nobody's pulling taxes out before the money hits your account, that's on you. And most guys don't think about it until it's too late. Here's the rule of thumb. Set aside 25 to 30% of every commission check for taxes. On $10,000, that's roughly $2,500 to $3,000 that is not yours. It never was. It belongs to the IRS and they will come to collect. Here's the part that hurts to talk about. There are top closers, guys with real skill, real talent, who opened an IRS letter and just sat there in silence. Not because they were dumb, because nobody forced them to build this system early. The tax bill didn't just hurt their wallet, it destroyed the confidence they spent all year building. That's what a $15,000 surprise does to a person. Open a separate checking or even better, a high yield savings account right now at a completely different bank than your day-to-day. Label it tax hold. Every single time a commission hits, move that percentage before you do anything else. Make it automatic. Make it non-negotiable. This is the moment where most reps realize they don't have a money problem, they have a systems problem. And that's exactly why the first thing built into the F.E.A.S.T cash flow framework is tax control, created specifically for commission-based roofing reps. There's a link below. For now, let's keep moving. Roofing income is variable. Great months, dead months, weather delays, pipeline droughts. You know this. And cash is what keeps you from making desperate decisions when things slow down. Your first target is $3,000 to $5,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account. For most people, that's enough to cover 1 month of bare bones expenses. Once again, this is separate from your everyday checking. Not invested, not touched, just sitting there ready. Here's why this matters for your sales performance specifically. When you don't have cash reserves, you start chasing deals you shouldn't chase. You discount, you overpromise, you rush homeowners who aren't already ready. And that energy, also known as commission breath, gets felt on the doorstep. Homeowners can sense a desperate sales rep and they close the door. Working directly with reps who have no emergency fund is eye-opening. Some are literally 2 bad weeks away from being in the red, not because they can't sell, because there's no cushion. And no cushion turns slow seasons into financial chaos. An emergency fund isn't about fear, it's about leverage. It means you walk into every pitch from a position of confidence, not survival. Cash confidence turns into sales confidence every single time. Build the buffer. Some debt is manageable. Some debt is quietly making you work for the bank before you work for yourself. High interest credit cards, personal loans, consumer debt at 18 to 29% interest, that stuff doesn't sit still. It grows. Every month you carry it, the bank is taking a cut before you keep a single dollar. Commission income is actually one of the most powerful tools for eliminating this kind of debt because you have the ability to make large lump sum payments that salaried workers simply can't. That's your edge. Use it. 2 approaches. The debt snowball, knock out the smallest balance first for psychological momentum, or the debt avalanche, attack the highest interest rate first to save the most money mathematically. Either one works. The one you'll actually stick with is the right choice for you. Clearing high interest debt early means every future commission check has more power behind it, more cash flow, more options, and a lot less stress when a slow month hits. This is where most reps pump the brakes. I'll start investing when I'm making more money. That thinking is expensive, more expensive than most people realize. Imagine being 40 years old, making $250,000 a year in roofing sales, and still having almost nothing invested because you kept waiting for the right time. The biggest regret from reps who've been around for 10 or 15 years isn't I didn't spend enough. It's I waited too long to start. And by the time they realize it, time is the one thing they can't get back. Compounding is the only thing in finance that is genuinely magic, but it needs time. The sooner you start, even small, the harder your money works without you lifting a finger. Keep it simple. Open a Roth IRA or a basic brokerage account. A Roth IRA is especially smart for roofing reps right now because contributions grow tax-free, and you're likely going to be in a lower tax bracket today than you will be in 10 years. You can start putting money into broad market index funds or ETFs. For instance, the S&P 500 has averaged roughly 10% annual returns over the last century. You're not picking stocks, you're not chasing trends. You're just letting your money do its job while you do yours. Even $500 to $1,000 invested now starts the habit, and habits at scale become wealth. But start somewhere today, even if it's small. Now here's a quick and easy example of how this all comes together for that first of many big checks. Starting from your $7,000 to $7,500 after the tax hold. $3,000 to $4,000, starter emergency fund until you hit your target. $1,500 to $2,000, high interest debt elimination. $500 to $1,000, first investment, index fund or Roth IRA. Remainder, short-term savings or intentional discretionary spending. Notice what's not on that list? A new truck, a watch, a weekend in Vegas. Those things aren't wrong, they're just not what this money is for right now. This first $10,000 check is about control, not pure celebration. This doesn't have to be perfect. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You just need intention and order. That's the whole game at this stage. All right, here's where it gets honest. The most common move, spend it to feel successful. There's a culture in this industry built around projecting success. Fake it till you make it. And when real money actually shows up, it becomes the perfect excuse to finally look the part. New watch, new clothes, new truck payment, bottle service. It's not really about the stuff, it's about the message. See, I made it. But here's the problem. That habit doesn't stop, it scales. The image gets more expensive every year and the bank account never catches up. Nobody talks about the silent anxiety that hits in January when the pipeline slows and you realize December's money is gone. That quiet, suffocating feeling when your partner asks, "I thought you had a big month," and you don't have a good answer. That's not a money problem, that's a trust problem, and it creeps into everything. Flexing early is expensive. Quiet confidence compounds. And then there's the tax mistake we already hit on, which is the one that breaks a lot of people. This actually happens more than you'd think. Some of these guys literally had tears in their eyes, not because they're weak, but because they worked their tails off all year and it felt like it was all taken away in one letter. The money was always gone. It just took April to make it real. The other mistakes? Waiting years to start investing, chasing flashy or risky ideas instead of boring and proven ones, and building a lifestyle in a good month that can't survive a bad one. Early mistakes don't stay small, they compound just in the wrong direction. Your first $10,000 in roofing commissions isn't about lifestyle, it's about direction. Handle it well and you build confidence, create real habits, and set momentum that pays you back for years. Handle it poorly, it disappears, and worse, it trains your brain to keep making the same mistakes at bigger and bigger scales. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be intentional early. Because wealth isn't built with your biggest check, it's built with how you treat your first one. Here's one thing you can do today, right now, after this video ends. Open a separate checking account at your bank and label it tax hold. Next commission that hits, move 25 to 30% in it before you do anything else. That single habit will save you from the most painful financial mistake in this business. And if you're tired of guessing with your commission money, if you want an actual system that works with variable income, if you're serious about turning roofing commissions into real wealth, click the link below and check out the F.E.A.S.T framework. It's the exact cash flow system I developed, used in my own roofing sales career, and now teach to reps who are tired of making good money and feeling broke. Hey Roof Money Pros, thanks for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet and this video gave you something real, do it now. Every week, this channel is here for the rep who's running hard and ready to build something that lasts, and the next video might be the one that changes your financial life. If you think the first $10,000 handled right is powerful, wait until you see what the 7-figure guys are doing differently. Check out my next video, the 7-figure roofing reps hacks you're not using next. Because the gap between 6 figures and 7 goes way beyond hustle. Thanks for watching, and in the meantime, keep stacking, keep building, and I'll see you in the next one.